Chris Coons on this. So let's look at the practical, if we can, here. Of course, Republicans have majorities in both houses of Congress. Will Congress hold Trump accountable on these conflicts of interest?
Well, Jim, given just how much time and attention Donald Trump paid in the course of the campaign to attacking Hillary Clinton for what he alleged were conflicts of interest in the Clinton Foundation, it's my hope that Donald Trump will live up to those same standards and resolve ethics problems with both the Trump Foundation and the very real potential for conflicts of interest with the Trump Organization going forward. I do think that you'll see both Republicans and Democrats in the Congress stepping up to call for President-elect Trump to make it clear that he's acting in the best interest of the American people and not in the best interest of the Trump Organization. And some of the very real challenges that you just laid out, that Dana just laid out in that will make it quite difficult for him to do so unless he really does sever his ties to the Trump Organization.
So let me ask you this. You could conceivably have, as you say, bipartisan calls for him to divest himself. But what power, what leverage, legal leverage, can they tell Trump to do this or just ask him to do this as president?
Well, three things. First, there is a clause in the Constitution which has not been applied fairly frequently, but that is relevant to this particular case. As you know, there's been some real questions raised about the new Trump Hotel right on Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C., and whether or not it violates a clause in the contract with the GSA, with the government entity that leased it to the Trump Organization, for it to still be in his control when he becomes president. Second, I do think that there's going to be lots of public calls for a resolution of these conflicts of interest so that it's clear what decisions the president-elect is making. And then third, there's recently been some dust-up, some challenges with suggestions that foreign governments and their diplomats are already changing which hotels they're booking, which facilities they're working with for the short term and long term in order to try and curry favor with a future Trump administration. Finally, I think all of these factors in combination
will make
mean
a difference.
That this will be a distraction. And Republicans in Congress, Jim, want to move ahead with their legislative agenda. They don't want this to be a constant source of distraction. So I do think they'll join with us in pressing for the president-elect, once he is president, to clarify these issues.
Finally, just quickly, can the Democrats do it on their own without Republican backing?
I think it'd be very difficult for us to get anything legislatively done in Congress without Republican support. But I frankly think the amount of public outcry on this issue in the weeks and months ahead, if Donald Trump really does fail to do anything to drain the swamp as he promised in his election, will be enough to motivate some Republicans to join us.
Senator Coons, happy holidays to you and your family. Thanks for coming on today.